Na, The Hunt Mega Final kereken 13 perc múlva. Hát nem látom, mikor ez majd. Ja, de itt van. 40, 45, mindjárt 47, 45 lesz. Tehát, ja. Hamarosan Mega Final, várj, ez be is. Hogy pörög az chat a Roblox chat, várja. Na, ott van. Tehát, hamarosan The Hunt Mega Final. Az? Igen, az. És eddig ilyen várakozó lobby musicot kell berakni. Ja, hogy kiixeltem, hát gratulálok magamnak. Na, várakozunk lobby musical. Egyébként a Robloxban nem tudom, történt-e valami a Hunt-tal? Vagy fél éve nem voltam, mert pam. Tehát itt a Hunt-tal, most ilyenkor nem tudom, elmegy a kép. Ja, itt lehet látni alul az egeremet, de jó nekem. Tehát megnézem itt a Huntot. Megnézem itt Robloxban a Huntot, ezt most nem mutatom meg, de az a baj, most itt is lesz hangja. Bam. De éppen nincs is zene? Vagy van zene? Várja. Van zene, oké. Nem látok semmi változás egyébként a lobbyba. Lehet, hogy itt nem is lesz. Lehet, hogy nekünk majd nem is lehet kivinni a Huntot, vagy a Mega Final, csak nézni lehet a Roblox streamet. 10 perc, 45 másodperc. Bam. Szeretem ezt a zenét. Bam. Hát, mivel ezt hallgattam 11 napon keresztül, azért persze, hogy megszerettem, de amúgy mindegy. Csak mondom, hogy nem biztos, de azért valószínűleg nem, de sose lehet tudni. Miről van szó? Ha emlékeztek január 19, akkor tudjátok, ugyanezt lesz megint holnap. Tehát Splash location in the studio online lesson online just now. Elméletileg most Splash update-ol. Nem biztos, de elméletileg Splash update-ol. Egyébként itt vannak képek Huntról, de itt már megvan a top 10 ember, megvan igazából mindenki. Megvan a top 10 ember, meg itt van még egy pár kép így a Huntról. Ezt nem tudom, megmutassam-e, tehát. Nem tudom, csak lefagyok folyamatosan, ez a probléma. Bam. Tehát mondom, itt van a top 10 emberke, ez a top 10 emberke. Ezek a gyönyörű emberkék. Ez a... Na ez itt vannak 5-en. Meg itt is vannak 5-en. Közben mondom, hogy így átváltottam, elindult a Roblox stream. Tehát elindult, ez itt megy. Itt van, The Hunt Mega Final live stream starting soon. Gratulálok. Nem vagyok feliratkozva a Robloxra, ezt gyorsan pótolni kell. Na wait, hogyha már így fel van izélődve, hogyha már így tudjuk, hogy már elindította a Roblox a streamet, azért úgy gondolja a gép, hogy ilyenkor már lefagyhat. Tehát ilyenkor már ezt kell indítani, tehát ilyenkor már egy izgalmasabb zenét kell indítani. Én ilyen nagy profi vagyok, stream professional. És akkor ez itt most menni fog egy 10 percen keresztül. A változó. Most 10 perc, igen. Kereken 10 percig fog menni. Nem tudom, van-e hang rajta? Nem hiszem. De ez milyen jól van. Én azt nagyon remélem, hogy mi is ki fogjuk tudni vinni, és nem csak ők. Tehát így nagyon remélem, hogy nekem is, vagy nekünk is megadják az update-et, nem csak a top 10 embernek. Nagyon remélem. Egyébként Doorsban én 142. vagyok a leaderboardon, csak mondom, így a pár millió között. Úgy milliárd, nem is tudom. Az a baj, mert... Tehát, hogy Evil Cat. Persze. Chat, már van hangja. Már itt indítottak zenét is, chat. Pörög a gombóc. Vermtrans menu. Cheap Party Mimi. Evil Cat. Tényleg ott van az Evil Cat. Oh. És akkor elnyomok itt, megakad a kép, azzal nem tudok mit csinálni, most így fog lenni. Vagy mi? Így lesz. Tehát... amúgy nem azért mondom, de szerintem először a Mega Final lesz videó, és utána lesz a sima hántról. Mert az most úgy a kényelmes. Feljebb veszem ezt a hangot, mert olyan... Hát ilyen érdekes zene van, de nem rossz. Nem, not bad. Mennyi 7 perc? Vagy mennyi? Pontosan mennyi? Azt akarom nézni. Hát 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 és kereken 6 perc. Kereken 6. Miért ilyen halk a mikrofon? Vagy nem halk, csak a számhoz veszem. Bam, 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 bam. Ez ilyen bad. Chatbox, meg window capture, ezeknek miért kell hangnak lenni? Let's go, babe. Evil Cat. Az Evil Cat az én vagyok. Amúgy nem. Evil Cat. Na. Na. Csak hallgattam magamat. Tehát... megint 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, és már csak 5 perc. Én mindig az utolsó 5 másodpercbe vissza fogok számolni minden egyes percbe. Itt van egy chat az arcomba, itt van a Google az arcomba, itt van az idő az arcomba. Itt van egy április 4 péntek az arcomba. Holnap fog jönni egyébként a legrosszabb Doors fan game, csak mondom. Foundáció, megtaláció. Ez a stream, ez nem csak a Mega Final, ez a Foundation trailer is egyben, egyébként. Mert az is ma lesz 22-kor, és 22-kor lesz vége ennek, ugye? Vagy hát valószínűleg 22, mert azt mondták 3 órás lesz, ugye? És hát valószínűleg akkor fog véget érni. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 és 4 perc. Tehát nem tudom. Azt mondják 19-22-ig fog tartani a stream. És akkor 12-t mondtam? Így 22-kor meg elmegyünk üzelni. Foundation trailert nézni. És ennyi. Tehát a Foundation trailer itt igazából az nem egy trailer, az csak egy release date. Tehát nem tudom, hogy sok értelme lesz, vagy lesz egyáltalán értelme, de nem tudom. Miért írja az, hogy április 2, vagy április... Mi? Ja, 4-e van. Playing Doors, úgy meg azt már, az is milyen régen volt már április 1. Mert Playing Doors tényleg amúgy kedden. Hát azért már mikor volt már kedden, már tényleg 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, és már csak 3 perc. Azt vettem észre, hogy kereken 11 perce kezdtem el, tehát hogyha úgy nézzük, akkor kereken, a streambe kereken 14 perckor fog elindulni elméletileg a stream. Elméletileg. Mert kereken 18:46-kor kezdtem a streamet. És még most ugye most meg ugye... Ja, hát körülbelül együtt megy az idő. Lehet, hogy 15:59-kor kezdtem, de... Nem egy ilyen fél másodperc eltérés van. Na mindig. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. És már csak 2 perc. Nagyon jó lesz, chat. Stream. Most megállt? Csak azt is kell nézni közben, hogy én milyen hangos vagyok, meg a... Szarom milyen hangos. Most itt kell megnyitni? Jó. Tehát... tessék kiünnepelni a hántot. Ma vége lesz teljesen a hánt megadásnak. Tehát március 13-án kezdődött, és április 4-én van vége. Hát ez egy elég hosszú event volt, de egyébként elég izgalmas. Ez a legjobb Roblox event volt eddig az életben. Hát mert ugye... Hát... normális Roblox event csak 1 éve volt utoljára. Vagy hát... az elmúlt 5 évben. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. És már csak 1 perc. Nagyon jó, chat. Nagyon jó, akkor... az utolsó percben 10 másodpercet fogok visszaszámolni, újítás lesz. Nagyon sok. Van jó, hát mindjárt vége van már a Hunt Megadditionnek is. És 2, minimum, vagy maximum 2 hónap múlva jön a következő event. Szóval 2 hónap múlva még 50 óra stream lesz belőle. Még egy eventből. A streamjeim 95%-a a Roblox eventek lesznek innentől. Mert nagyon más nem is tudok csinálni, tehát csak a Roblox event lehet. Na chat. Na chat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 19 van. 19 van. Átlépte 19. Ugye, igen, 19 van. 19 van, chat. Amúgy miért minden Roblox event, meg így minden 19-kor van? Na? Mi még ilyenkor? It's Creecraftok? Vagy mi? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ez nem tudom mi, de biztos. In-game purchases. Köszönöm szépen. Bloods. Hát persze. Mi? One mega competition. $1 million. Challenge accepted. Every clue cracked. Halacska 1998. Token found. Pressure Untitled Tag Game. Every puzzle solved. Legelső puzzle, mindegyik puzzle. 10 players remain. Winner takes all. The Hunt Mega Final.
Hello, and
és ott vannak
welcome
hátul.
to the Mega Hunt Final. I'm your host, Jay Party, head of our global developer community and longtime host of all things Roblox.
Koreaiak.
Joining me today are some awesome and
Jobb
very
oldali
special
az úgy néz
guests.
ki.
None other than the wonderful esports commentator and legend, Mimi Wormkratz, and video star, me and you. Or as I know him, just NU.
De gyönyörű.
Thank you, Jay Party. I got lost and found my way here, but thanks for letting me stay.
Yeah, we're happy you stumbled into the studio because you're going to make this awesome. Mimi, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm so excited to be here. We've gotten to see the contestants warming up and rehearsing for this one, and the stakes, I mean, they've just never been higher.
Ritkán vannak Roblox streamek.
That's right, you heard it here.
That's
Ott
right,
izé
and I still
mutogatott
can't believe
hátul
that this is actually happening.
bal oldali.
Unreal.
Well, it is happening, folks, and we'll be meeting our contestants shortly. But first, let's introduce some special friends that will be helping us today I'm thrilled to introduce the Hunt Mega Final Correspondence team. Coming to you live, it's going to be Dagichi Gamer and one of creators of RB Battles, Sabrina Bright. Let's go home and see what's happening.
This is me.
Hello, everybody. Hi,
Hello,
welcome. I don't know about you, Sabrina, but I am ready to go. Like really, I am ready to go. Like, if any of you want me to substitute for you, I will gladly step in for a chance to win $1 million.
Same. Keep us posted if we need to step in, J Party. Otherwise, we'll be here following all of the
That
action.
was me.
Thank you both for your generous offer, although today I think the contestants are ready to compete themselves.
Most
And
kicsit
throughout this
lefagyítom a
competition, we're gonna be checking
képet.
in with this team to get their take on all of the action. Well, is it about that time, Mimi?
I think we're getting close, but first, we should meet our 10 contestants playing today.
All right, let's see
No.
who they are. Coming up first in maroon, we have the Deaf Eagle. They've been playing Roblox for 12 years, specializing in obbies.
And next up in red, we have Poke Dragon 100,000. Their
Wow.
forte is puzzles, thanks to their 10 years of
Dios.
experience.
Our third
10
contestant,
years.
hailing from New York City, is Shafe. He's
Favorite
been playing
game
Roblox for 12
rivals.
years with a focus on obbies
Favorite.
and more recently on
Poke Dragon.
FPS games. Today, he'll be representing Orange.
Coming up next, we've got Icicle, sporting the yellow attire. He has
Dream
been mastering
Dive
puzzles on Roblox
Icicle.
for 10 years.
Looking
Damn
good.
it.
And then we have Anonymous
Reality
Lime in
Miner.
Lime Green, an expert in Sims with over 15 years under their belt.
Hát úgy
Following
nézi a
that, we have
monitor.
Roby 100. He's repping green today, and
To
he's been on the
know
platform
stuff.
for 13 years.
13.
Another expert in obbies.
14
All right, coming
igazából.
up in light blue, we have Dud, a
13.
13-year Roblox veteran.
Dream
Especially when it
Drive.
comes to
Dream
the
Dive.
Find Thus.
We have another obby expert here, Jay in blue, and has
Dylan.
been playing for 9 years.
Our 9th contestant is none other than Mad Max. Today he's rocking black, and he's yet another one of our experts
Dream
in
Dive.
the obbies.
10.
And in gray, we have our final contestant, N Terrell, after 16 years of playing RPGs. They know how to win, but this is no
Odyssey,
ordinary competition.
Arcane Odyssey, nem tudom. Ó! Nincs nagyon imótjuk. És mindenki hántos izébe van.
All right, folks, this is an incredible historic moment. After millions
Hát
and
igen.
millions of players have fought it out, today we have our final 10.
Tényleg
live
egyébként
in-house to
kivittem
compete
én
for this
is,
prize.
tehát az
I
egészet.
cannot wait to get things started. But before
Wait.
we do, let's bring out a very special guest. That's right, the one and only David Builderman Bazooki. Welcome to the set. Come on down.
David Bazuki.
Oh, and you brought something special.
I brought something special. First, J Party, Mimi, and you. Thank you so much for hosting today. Okay, so we set out to build something really special for our community. The competition, the action has been
A plafon az
intense.
kicsit jól néz
The hub
ki.
has been played over 183 million times. And then today, 10 amazing finalists live with us right now. Today, one of these finalists is going to be the grand prize winner, and J
Ian.
Party, what are they going to bring home?
That's right, $1 million.
Absolutely right. Finalists,
Ja, hogy
good
abban
luck
van
to all
benne.
of you.
Ó,
Let the games begin.
All right, folks, you've heard it here. But now let's turn it back to Mimi to find out how some of the rules are going to go for today.
na,
Thanks
rules.
so much, J Party and David. It's going to go a little something like this today. We have a 3-round tournament consisting first of a qualifying round. Following that is the round of 4.
Hogy
Of
mi?
course, all leading up to our $1 million round. There will be 8 games in total played today. Each has their own rules, so this isn't a tournament about being the best at any one
tehát,
game.
hogy-
It's about mastering them all. First up is the qualifying round. And J Party, why don't you tell us a little more about that?
Aha.
Gladly, Mimi. We're going to have 10 contestants that have the chance to compete in 5 games. Dress to Impress, Super League Soccer,
Ó,
Blade Ball, Slap Battles, and Doors. But out of these 10 contestants, only
Doors. És ez így
4
sorba?
will move on to the next round, which will be the elimination rounds. All right.
És ez
questions?
hogy lett 4?
Just
A
one. How do you win at
4,
each
aki
game?
kivitte?
And you, the money question. Each game's a little different.
Vagy 4
So we'll
ember
explain the
esett
rules
ki.
right before each one starts. One last thing to mention. At times throughout the competition, you may notice 2 Roblox admins, Holiday Beats and All the Swords. They are in place to operate, record, and make sure everything runs smoothly
bólogat.
and fairly. That's right, all rules will need to be followed. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, we are ready
No,
to kick things off.
Let's do it. Our first game up is a fashion phenomenon. It's none other than Dress to Impress.
Game 1, Dress to Impress. There are 2 matches, and contestants will have to create a stylish look before time runs out. Judges will vote, and if there's a tie, they will also vote on who earns a higher placement. Everyone will collect points and advance to the next game. Here's the scoring for each match.
All right, folks, we also have a surprise. 3 of them, actually. Joining us as guest judges for Dress to Impress are none other than Twitch streamer Joe Bartolozzi, VTuber and variety streamer Iron Mouse, as well as music and reaction variety streamer I'm Dante. Welcome to the show, our 3 guest judges. All right.
Hello.
Hey. I'm Dante. Welcome to the show, our 3 guest judges. Very exciting stuff. How are you guys feeling?
Amazing. Can't wait.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Very excited. I was watching the intro.
Yeah.
This seems like a very competitive event.
Yes. It will. Are you guys ready to judge such competitions?
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Gratulál.
Judgment hats are on. You're feeling good. That is exciting.
Anything you guys are looking for in particular? Are you big on focusing on the themes? Is it just going to be going off the vibe? What are you looking for in the
Mert 3 team, vagy mi?
They have to come to slay.
Real
Facts. Playing for sure. I think I really need them to fit around the category that I'm judging.
Okay.
They have to not only look good, but also fit the style that they're trying to portray. That's mainly what I'm looking
Milyen jól meg
What
van
about for you, Dante?
csinálva.
Anything you're looking at here?
Hát mint egy videó, basszus.
Yes. The poses. The poses are very, very important to me, and if they're not hitting it, yeah.
Freakem. Ja, hogy ez a Roblox
All right, folks.
on
Well,
lehet
our
csak
10
látni.
contestants are set, and they are underway to serve some fierce looks. So we are jumping in the game to check
Hogy
out
lehet,
this
hogy
action now.
hamarabb
This folks are
felvették
just
és
getting their baseline
megvágták, az
outfits
is lehet.
solved.
Let's talk about some of the differences that we're going to be playing with today versus the game that you all are familiar with at home. It's a little abridged, only 4 minutes to get your look perfect. And for our first round, the theme is circus. And that is not a lot of time to get the look down. You have to have an idea.
Azért még a Robloxos
Right,
gépek
and
is
especially
laggolnak
coming
azért.
from somebody like me who is very well known in the Dress to Impress community by absolutely nobody. My opinion definitely matters here. I'm looking for somebody who looks like a clown, and it looks like
Szerintem
that's what some
hamarabb
of these
felvették és
contestants are going
megvágták
for right
meg
now.
úgy
But
tűnik.
yes, not a lot of time, so they better hurry up.
Yeah, it's a good thought. Circus can be really on the nose, but maybe there's something more creative you can hide within it.
Obviously, the qualification to get here was a little different than what we're playing today. It was about solving puzzles, getting those mega tokens. And I know you were playing through some of the qualifying games, as were 140 million other people who were visiting that. What were you looking for? How much of a challenge was it actually to be one of the 10 players who made it?
I mean, I played for a total of like maybe 5 or 6 hours and immediately
Előre
realized that I stood no
felvettem
chance
megvágva és
against some of these
streambe
guys that are here
játszol.
today.
Igen,
So
ezt mondom.
very, very challenging, very impressive that these 10 made it
Ezt
here today.
mondom.
A little note too for the folks at home, there is some additional rules the folks are playing with to give them an edge in these short rounds. They are running with the custom makeup unlocked, VIP access,
úgy
run
beköszönnek,
faster,
mintha
and of course
most
the
történne.
increased item
Közben meg
limit
nem.
for some really creative looks that hopefully can slay out there.
A lot of our players talking ahead of this event said that
Tehát
Dress to Impress
biztos,
wasn't a
hogy
game
nem.
they had played a ton, and with such a wide variety of games ranging from
Vagy-
fashion to
Hát az vagy nem tudom,
FPS
mert
to an obby. The players had to practice a lot
valószínűleg
and really come in with ideas for the games that they aren't as comfortable about. But I think it's been clear that
Az vagy
every
nem tudom,
one of
hogy
these guys competing today has put that effort in, and even in these less comfortable games, he's going to put their all out there because every point matters, especially in this qualifying round.
Right,
Nem tudom,
definitely.
nem
And
tudom.
it's good to put them outside of their
Csak
comfort
hogy
zone for the first qualifying
most
round
mindegyik
to see what
játéknak
kind of
update-et
actions
kellett
else
csinálnia,
pull up.
tehát
And I will honestly say with a minute and a half left,
és
everybody is
nem
looking good.
csinálnának hamarabb update-et.
Yeah, we'll see. We thought this was a relaxing warm-up, but talking to the contestants,
Sia,
again, this is
shisha.
a high-anxiety round of fashion, putting some of their skills to the test here. And a good
Bocsánat,
reminder,
leveszem
this
is
is
ezért,
actually a
mert
newer
így nem
game to the
látszódik.
Roblox, and a lot of these folks are long-time players, but this came out in 2023, has already had 6.5 billion visits, truly has been a smashing success
Billion
platform.
visits.
and a pretty fun game if I do say so myself.
Azért mindegy VIP. Miért VIP?
I know a lot of people at home enjoy it, but this has got to be the most high pressure match of dress to
Egy
impress
VIP, vagy azért már a Roblox adott nekik VIP-t, hogy ugyanazra a lehetőséget kerüljenek.
Is that key for you, Anu? Aura farming?
Yes, Aura is the key to winning this. If I was a judge, that's what I would be looking for.
That will be what you're going for. Yeah, it's going to be interesting having some of our celebrity judges get to kind of give a little look there. I imagine they'll have different things that they like. You have to play to a pretty different crowd of people who are going to be making these decisions. And
De miért mások beszélnek? Miért nem ők beszélnek? Nem is hallottuk őket beszélni. Meg úgy nem nagyon jó kedvűek. Nem tudom. Tényleg 10 másodperc. Lehet nem hülyeség. Hát nem. Gameplay paused. Gameplay paused.
Can't wait to see the poses.
All right, who's going to kick us off? We've got Roby 100 showing off his fierce looks. Look at that pose.
Ez egyébként nincs köze a cirkuszhoz, de egyébként tök jó.
Or is that a rose? I can't tell. That's a cane. Oh, you're right.
It almost looks like one of the batons you'd be spinning. Definitely fits the vibe here. You see him clicking around some of the poses.
Azért tudták megmondani, hogy 3 óra, mert ugye videó. És akkor megvágták 3 órásra. Hát vagy úgy. De én a Dorsra vagyok a legkíváncsibb. Ugye Dors az, nem tudom mit csinálhatnak abba, tehát rankedeznek, és akkor aki a legtöbb, vagy ott is hogy hanyadikak lettek, tehát az első az kap, mit tudom én, kap egy csomót. Mikor adják át nekik a szót? Nem adják át.
They finally got Roby off the runway. Our next contestant.
Ja, hogy ezek így izélnek. Ja nem, csak izé.
Wow, a sassy look. Taking it real fierce for the circus.
Valakinek kisebb a grafika, valakinek nagyobb. Lehet saját gépet használni. Tudom, nem ezzel kéne foglalkozni. Koncentrálnak. Hát koncentrálnak, az biztos, hogy koncentrálnak.
As we have extra fashionable judges judging these, and here is Anonymous Lime.
Yeah, I like the microphone. Definitely looks like a performer up on that stage.
Yeah, with the mask. What do you call those masks again?
Anonymous Lime.
Yes, very good one.
Yeah, looking like the ringleader of the circus there. It's good stuff.
Another contestant.
Ja, ez a Robloxnak a képe, nem?
Looks like this might be Dada Dude and Giving Clown. Honestly, this might be my favorite thus far. I think it's right on the money with the theme.
Dude.
Classic against circus.
Have y'all noticed that a red seems to be a very popular color?
I feel like when you think circus, it's like red and white. At least for me, that's what pops in my head.
Red
you
and
just
blue,
see
maybe?
the tent.
Yeah.
Maybe the blues. Yeah, the red and white color. How about here we go? Oh, only a touch of red here. A little subtle. I like it.
Hát ez valamennyire cirkusz, tehát...
Yes, that is a lovely
cirkusznak lehet mondani, de... Harmony.
And wings.
I think Icicle is definitely standing out
Nagyon
here
professional
When we were watching them rehearse yesterday, I was super impressed with Icicle in this game. I thought he had super good fashion sense.
Mennyi? Hát nem 80 van.
Nem, honestly, standing out today, have a lot of red and white, a lot of masks, might do him well in this one.
And we are shaped with kind of a riff on looks like maybe a cheerleaders type circus outfit here.
De Roblox is tud egyébként szavazni.
With the pom-poms.
With the pom-poms. Definitely ready to cheer on some competition today.
And another red look. This is Jay.
Oh,
this is very similar to one we saw earlier with that cane.
Absolutely. But a strong look.
Ja,
yeah, I think the hat really ties it together nicely.
Azért tök jó, hogy mosolyog így.
I assume we'd see a lot of props in the circus one. Maybe not as much as I even thought.
Remember, our contestants, they don't know the theme until we're actually going into things, so it's a lot of reading, figuring it out on the fly, and this one, another bit of a different approach, the black and white kind of look, almost looks kind of like a mime.
De legalább még Doors mindannyian fognak játszani, nem? Minden játéknál kiesik egy ember. Az lehet.
Astute observation.
Thank you. And you. All right, we are wrapping up things soon here.
Hát akkor csak 4-en vagy 5-en fogják. 4-en, igen, 4-en fogják játszani.
Again, rocking the red dress. We're seeing that theme pretty strong as well.
And Terrell, our player with the most years played in Roblox, the most experienced guy on the stage today. Dressed to Impress one of the newer games, but still putting something
Nem
good out
2008,
there.
vagy 2006-os az első.
This is the Death Eagle, coming all the way over from Lithuania. Had to travel 14
ez szerintem
hours to
legrosszabb.
make it here to San Mateo and compete today. And honestly, another nice look. It's still the red and white theme, but a little different than the other contestants.
Yeah, a little lighter, a little simpler, and just spamming that post 28.
Post 28, you know, made famous by a handful of celebrities, brought to you by DTI.
All right, well, that's all our contestants now walking down that runway. The judges right now tallying up the scores and making their decisions. A lot for them to think about. Some good looks out there.
All right, yeah, and that concludes the kickoff round of the ultimate competition, the Hunt Final with DTI. We hope the players are finally shaking those nerves off, getting relaxed. As we've mentioned, we are going to have our hosts kind of collect these scores.
Milyen jó kis helyen vannak
Yes,
egyébként,
we
ez
will.
tökre
Was there any
kéne.
outfits that we're sending out to NU? Would you have a favorite if you were to be judging today?
Personally, I like Icicle's cotton candy hair look and his those furs on the shoulders.
Ezek úgy ülnek egymás mellett, de nagyon nem úgy látszódik egyébként.
So that's my choice.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, right? I think Icicles was the most unique out of all of these, but also there's a reason everyone went red and white. It's iconic for a reason.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing for the judges if they prefer that kind of iconic red-white, or people who kind of had a more creative interpretation of it. I think
Szólalnak ilyen.
shout out as it really kind of instilled
De most
thought
van
in you
ilyet
as it went
Pizza
forward.
Foxy.
This game is interesting because it is
Egyáltalán nem
so
az.
different than every
Mi?
other competition,
Nem
or
tudom,
every
mit
game that we
mondtam.
have as part of the competition today. Everything else is
Elfelejtettem.
pretty much going to be last man standing, fighting all sorts of different genres. But this one is very much about kind of like the artistic character, the vibe. It catches into a very different skill set, which I think
Minden
is
játék
going
egy
to be
ilyen
difficult for
15 perc vagy 20 perc.
Creativity is huge in this, but also having the skill
Fél
set to
óra.
know where all of the outfits,
Ember akar az
accessories
10
are
jár.
located in the lobby.
Ja, 10 ember 8
Quite a bit of
játék.
game,
Ja, én azt
right?
hittem
Like,
8 ember
the
10
different pieces of clothing,
játék.
layer, things like that. It takes a bit of effort.
I wouldn't have pulled that off in
10
such a
ember
short
van.
time for sure.
Annyira izé.
Yeah, reminding us again, these are short
Érted,
rounds of 4
Roblox.
minutes, so you got to know the layouts, you got to know the plan, have an kind of action when you get in
And it
there.
already feels short. when you're playing
Tower of
6
Hell-t én
minutes,
még nem
like,
vittem ki.
I was playing a fair bit of Dress to Impress to prep for this event, and I was stressed out with no money on the line and 6 minutes to get set.
Yeah, very, very stressful.
All right, well, we hope the stress is being relieved here as they're going to be warming up here for our next round. We are gathering folks in the
De
lobby
izét
now,
nem.
and we hope we're going to be breaking through soon with
Pontokat
the
nem
next
mondják
and
el.
final round of Dress to Impress. As a reminder for the folks at home, we're going to be playing 2 initial rounds here before we progress any of our users. So we've got more action coming.
Yeah, let's take a little look here, though, because the judges, they've tallied up our first round.
Tudta,
And Denedad, repping
Saj.
light blue, is taking things home here.
Followed by Jay and High School. And again, all the points matter. Your spot is a big
Just
deal.
to
You wanna climb
impress
to that top as
core
much as
board.
possible.
Match
So an
1,
interesting
match
kickoff
2.
indeed.
Ó,
As a
kettőt
reminder on
játszanak, és
format, this
abból.
qualifying round has 5 total games. Points are cumulative throughout and at different phases throughout the day. We'll qualify a contestant into that top 4. But performance is just as important at the beginning here in DTI as it will be later in the day towards doors. But it looks like we are ready to go. Let's hop into our second round of Dress to Impress and take a look at what that new theme is going to be.
Hogy néz?
Looks like everyone's just loading in right now, so should be able to hop in there in just a moment. I'm hoping to see a theme that is going to ask something different. Maybe we'll get a little bit more variety, because a lot of contestants did have the same idea in that first
Nem azért mondom, most már úgy gondolom,
Recurring
hogy
themes, particularly
most
some
már úgy
recurring
gondolom,
colors.
hogy
I'm hoping to kind of
élő.
mix it up. That was definitely a whimsical one. We'll see
Most
how far-fetched we get, or if we bring it back to a more serious tone here. Looks like folks are just getting now into that lobby, so we're going to be able to turn it over in a brief moment and go to you live. Round 2.
Here we are, and let's see if we can't get in one of these contestants' POV and take a look at what theme they're working on today.
Yeah, it's interesting to see they're not all at the same booth, so contestants are spreading out here. I mean, again, your time is limited. What is your strategy for the two of you here? You think you're going wide dresses, specific on the makeup? This is an interesting start here from Jay.
I think you can't get too bogged down in the details. You want to start like as macro as possible. Like,
Tök ez a dress
when I was playing this game, I
impress.
always thought like, what's like the piece that is making me think the theme immediately, and then kind of tie everything else in around that.
Elf ears, definitely elf ears.
Elf
Pointy
ears.
elf ears and some wings.
Yeah, the wings, the elf ears. I'd honestly be shocked if anyone doesn't go for those kind of looks.
You know, that's the kind of thing, though. Can you create a look without wings that conveys fairy? Maybe that's going to be the winning combo, just to stand out from the crowd. But for now, we are seeing a lot of fairy wings coming out.
And it looks like blue.
Valakinél hangosabb a játék, valakinél halkabb. Ez
Yeah,
gyönyörű.
you're right. Ice, I think, like light blue, white, those kind of colors. Seems like Mad Max getting the same idea here.
And here we are, another little larger gown here from Anonymous Lime. I realize I don't know if I know my gown styles here, but
So that's a gown.
that's a gown, right? Nice and flowy.
I'm a gown expert. That's definitely a gown.
As a gownologist
Nice,
yourself?
nice.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm interested to see
But-
Icicle's take on this because he
but-
might be, he's always
Ice
great at thinking outside the
fairies.
box.
Set
He could be
icicles
going with a
above.
different-
Okay, and I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie, he's slaying already with
It's
this
looking
stuff.
different.
I like
It's
the
looking
idea.
different.
Nem valami
the-
S betűs
the
lett az
cameras
előbb az
there.
utolsó, nem
That's
tudom melyik.
creative.
Yeah, that is fun.
Rövid egy
For those
kör,
little
vagy
subtle
8
differences,
perces
you have
szokott
to
lenni egy kör,
recognize
most
ice
oké,
fairies
kevesebb
have a theme
most.
here. Also, footnote, we see a lot of our contestants picking out very specific colors based on the hex code itself, and maybe not your typical approach, but these are some sharp players behind us.
Incredible. How do they have that memorized?
20 perc megy kb. ez a
No, I
játék.
think they actually have
Tudod,
internalized a lot of the hex
ez,
code
lesz az
colors
ez lett az
throughout
első.
Roblox.
I know before the
Nem
event, you were
kiveszteni,
tallying it
tehát.
up. There's a crazy amount of experience between the players.
That's right. These are Roblox power
Antorel.
users. I added up all of their hours.
Valami
of our 10
S
finalists here,
betűs,
and
tényleg
they've
az
combined
utolsó,
over
az lett valami S
76,000
betűs.
in-game hours of Roblox time. So there are some experts here, and you're going to see that throughout the day, that these truly are masters of all trades.
Jaj.
One member on that stage with less than 10 years of experience in Roblox. Really a testament to the skill, to the dedication that it takes to have made it all the way here to the final.
The passion.
25.
Yeah, 9 years ago,
Az
the
van,
noob,
az van.
where they've come. Could they have ever imagined
Egyáltalán
they'd be
nem
here
az.
competing for $1 million, dressing as ice fairies? Not what you expect. But again, looking good here, and we only have what, a minute
Nyolc.
less than that in this final round of each guy, where
Uptime.
we will get some more scores going forward.
Uptime.
As a reminder, again, there will be another game before progression.
1 óra 15 perce ott álltak a Dress to Impressbe, azt nézzétek meg jobb
He said
alul.
not only does he love playing Roblox, but he loves trying to make
1
his
óra
own
15
games
perce
and get
ott
creative.
álltak.
It's kind of the beauty of Roblox, right? Being able to experience all of these different games while also having
És
the opportunity to
egyszerre
develop their
mentek be
own
már, mint
experiences
hogy
as well. And I
téren
think just some of that
egyáltalán.
creativity coming out here.
Yeah, you know, Robbie, very fun one. Again, you mentioned he is a
Mikor
developer.
megy
He's been
tovább a
developing a long time.
következő
And he
ember?
once created a game called the easiest game on Roblox.
Hát
One of his
nem
hit games.
látom,
And actually,
mert
today he's competing in
oda
now
van
the
beállva.
hardest game in Roblox.
Ez
So a
szinte
wonderful journey for
pontosan
Robbie.
ugyanabban a
Coming all the way to
másodpercben
the other
mentek be.
side of the hardest competitions around.
Igen,
Yeah, I
pontosan
played
ugyanabban a
Roblox
másodpercben
Roblox.
csajnolt be
I was not able to
mindegyik
beat it.
ember.
Is the game ironic? Is it
I think I'm
actually?
just terrible.
All right, you've heard it
Maybe a
here.
bit of column A, column B.
Ironikus? Hát nem hiszem.
That's why we brought you on, and you for your expert skill set at being terrible at
Olyan jó az
Roblox.
a
It itself
Mi a
is awesome.
következő
Yeah.
játék?
From,
Super
Mad
League
Max
Soccer.
here. Little
Nem az.
different. Most people are going for like a
That's-
really colorful blue look, like we're seeing from Anon Lime.
Yeah, I like these wings though. Real alive. It adds a lot of flair. People are going for the more subtle fairy wings, but hey,
Tehát
just get out
konkrétan
there
nincs
with the real
külön
eagle,
update
the eagle
a
wings.
I
játékokhoz,
don't know if
csak
this is
így
possible. They have
normálisan
fairy wands
játszanak.
in the
Hát azért többet
accessories, 'cause
vártam.
that could be a good touch.
That's a
Well,
good-
if
Hogyha
they don't
már
have it
Hunt.
now, they're out of time
Let's
because
find out.
we're walking the runway. Here's Roby 100.
Oh
Na
yeah.
ez
First look, I
5
like the way
csillag.
he's kind of integrated that fur. It almost looks like a cloud.
Ez
to
5
me.
csillag.
Yeah.
Ezt
You
mondom,
know,
hogy
it
ez
feels
csillag.
fashionable, and that's the thing. This isn't a costume contest. There is a fashion element here. How do you
És
mix
pillanatra
these
megijedtem,
kind of
hogy jön a
creative,
Blitz.
broad themes with a
Olyan
fashion
hangolt.
approach here, and it looked great. And we'll see
Pedig
if the
nem
judges
is
like
sem
it.
semmi. Nem is torszozunk.
Coming up next, we've got Mad Max here. Oh, he found a lovely prop for this one.
Max
Harp.
the Max.
Yeah.
A harp?
Harp, lute, hey,
Some kind of instrument.
something. You got it.
Hát ez elég
Strings
rossz
that you flick and
egyébként.
make lovely sounds. All right, getting those
Nem
high
tudom,
heels,
mit
rocking
mondtam.
that skirt.
Mindjárt
Kids,
rajtam
good luck.
mondok, hogyha valamire
Blue,
koncentrálok.
Yeah.
Come through again here.
Definitely going to be a motif for I think all our contestants here. Next one down the runway. This is Anonymous
Anonymous
Lime. I
Lime.
think the most bold look we've seen. A very deep blue compared to a lot of people going for the more subtle looks.
Yeah, I like it. This feels strong.
No.
It's making a statement. This is a nice fairy, maybe even queen of the fairies.
It's my
We'll see. Andy, what do you
girlfriend.
think? You like those
I
wings?
like
you
it
like
here.
Bol,
Me of candy
pont,
cane.
löpő,
Getting hungry already. We've got a long show ahead, and you.
Szanyi,
Another dude
Szanyi
coming down
Varga.
as well. Another very
Hát gratulálok neked.
neon blue look. I like these wings. A little different than some of the ones we've seen.
Yeah, he captures
Bolpl,
strong
az...
blue, knowing it's a,
Imádom
you know,
ezt
a
a szót,
field
hogy
homage
bolpl.
with the color blue here. It's a strong one. And as a reminder, he is the winner of the first round, so it's important for him to really keep that lead.
Az
here.
hanyadik,
This is a good
harmadik
spot
vagy
for the
negyedik
next
volt?
round.
Nem tudom, most jön az 5. mondjuk azt.
Another similar look here. This one going for a bit of a lighter blue from Icicle.
Ice
I like
Furries.
how cohesive it is. I think that the hair, the makeup, it all matches really nice.
Yeah, he did a good job matching that color, and I think cohesion is important here. You
Vagy
really want
azt
to
írtad
send
le?
a message.
Nem
Whether the judges love it or not
bolpl.
is up to be interpreted, but at least you send a strong, cohesive thought.
There's a wand.
There it is.
Like a sparkler.
Ez a hatodik, ugye?
Now we're talking.
Shafe.
Shafe here.
Great choice.
Na, ez ott az előbb az utolsó.
Look at that. And mastering the pose. See a lot of star
Ez meg is
poses here.
érne.
He planned. He knew the good ones and he marked them.
Ez megint
And
utolsó
that's
lesz,
important.
szerintem
All
az
right, a couple
elég
more
rossz.
contestants here to come down the runway. Who we got left?
Who's coming up? Looks like this is one of the looks we were talking about. Those antlers combined with the
Az
bow.
egyik legjobb
This one looks
egyébként.
super good.
I
A
like
freakemmel
the
azért
ice nymph there. Our ice fairy, who are they? Fairies.
Hair so high we can't even see the name.
That's true. A good cover-up.
New modell.
Definitely a nice look.
New
though.
modell, de
Yeah.
azért VIP-juk van.
The
Tehát
judges be objective.
And they, okay,
What?
already coming out fierce.
Whoa.
Oh, I like the idea on the
Ez
mats
egy-
there.
ez-
Again,
ez egyik
I think that the
legunalmasabb
players who went for
játék,
these slightly more unique spins are the ones that are going to stick out in the judges' memory.
Yeah, what is on here?
miért
Some sort of
rakták
large
bele?
arm. It looks like almost oven mitts here, but I'm assuming there's something
I
more
think that's the
fashionable.
fur.
Oh,
főleg,
that's the
hogy
fur. That is
nulla
very cool.
lánya
Those are
van
definitely
a
oven mitts.
I got
dinnerek
confused.
között,
What's happening
és
here?
berakják a
I thought that
Dress
might
to
have been what's
Impress.
happening in
Tehát
fashion.
így ez
Antarel, one of the few
Mindenkinek a
players to not go
rémálma
with any
Dress
kind
to
of ears or
Impress
antlers,
szerintem.
instead just these kind of cold weather.
De Dress to Impress nem tudom, ki
Yeah.
szeret.
Ice
Tehát
fairy, they gotta be a little cold, right? Gotta keep warm.
Fairplay?
jó, hát hogyha
I
vicces,
like it.
meg
Again,
Bencével,
trying to stand
Bencével
out.
játszok, akkor
In a
vicces.
crowd of a crowded
Akkor
theater,
szeretem.
you want to be having that
Talán.
unique look.
Hát Ice Fox-szoros nyilván.
And this one is looking
That-
pretty nice. This is from the Death Eagle.
Össz.
Got
I
those
love
wings
the ice
flapping.
The
Ice
ice
fairy.
Two wings layered on.
I think that is a
9.
wing
vagy
layer, and
10.
he's
nem
got a nice
számoltam.
animation that kind of makes them flutter out. It's actually
yeah.
a great look, and I think the ice cream is a
Négy
good touch here.
lyuk.
First break from the
Most
blue
már
color scheme.
2.
Yeah, it's kind of I like that little tongue in
Bejönnek
cheek.
a strámba,
Not
azt
taking himself too
kivennek.
seriously in this mode.
Mennek. Ez a
Yeah,
vége.
you've got it.
Hossza.
It's an intense day. Start out with a smile and a little bit of ice cream.
A few of these players knew each other from the online Roblox community, maybe from even trying to qualify into this event. But for a lot of them, their first time meeting or first time playing in person was here at this event. But we've interacted with them, and it seems like a lot of them have gotten pretty comfortable with each other, have been having some fun. It's definitely high stakes, but still a cool opportunity to meet a bunch of different other experienced Roblox players from all around.
Absolutely, it's been an
Bólogat. Én nem
incredible journey for
értem,
them,
de
I know, in the last
biztos jó.
24 hours,
Biztos
all
jó.
arriving from around the
I
US and
don't
around the world,
understand,
actually.
but
They've got to know each other pretty well here with some of the
it's
warm-up games, some of the practices, and it's wonderful to see that kind of camaraderie and teamwork from these folks. We know there's a lot on the line. Competing for $1 million is a lot of high stakes, but keeping that kind of general positive spirit and a good sense of camaraderie is important for the folks.
az jobb oldali
Our
ember
judges
egy
tallying up the points right now, and again, this is going to be combined scoring from both Dress to Impress and our second game,
Van egy
League Soccer, which is coming up
amerikai,
after this. But
kínai,
everyone,
meg
this
egy
matters because it
koreai.
is cumulative. All of your points from this qualifying round count
Semmi.
towards being one of only 4 players that is going to progress.
Right, definitely. You cannot take the first round lightly because the scores, like Mimi said, are cumulative. So going into
Mimi-
soccer though, is going to be
Mimi
a
said.
much different skill set that they're going to be showing off. Some teamwork, as J Party suggested, they got some time to spend with each other. So it'd be nice to see their teamwork.
All right. Scores are flowing in. As a reminder, in our first game, we saw Dude taking first place. followed by Jay into Bicycle. We'll see if that holds again for this one, but I don't know. I'm expecting some upsets this time around. We'll see. A lot of those looks were
Hogy most, hogy
similar. We saw the blues stand out, so we'll see what the judges
De nem
think
mutatja a
again. I know
képet.
DTI is not the experts of a lot of these players, but hey, a win's a win, and you got to come to win.
That's the thing that's brutal, right? It's like it's a category that you're having to sight read, figure out within 4 minutes, put a look together that's cohesive. But let's take a little peek at what our scores are. This is going to be cumulative points from both rounds now.
Poké
And it looks
Dragon.
like our player coming out in front is the Death Eagle. A middling placement in the first round,
Poké
but a
Dragon
strong
vesztett.
30 points in the second puts him out in the lead early on. A great showing for the Lithuanian.
Absolutely. And now total points coming in second. We had Mad Max, which is going to hopefully raise him a bit in the standings, but unfortunately still down here as Jay takes another strong spot and bounces up into the second spot here, up by 3 points, followed by Dudadud.
Poké Dragon
third from that one. An unfortunate showing in the second game, but hey,
Dragon,
still in a great spot. You see the spread of points is still pretty tight. It will be
Poké
going
Dragon elszarta
into
az
our next
életét.
game. Here's some of the players. That is the Death Eagle there already, out in first, feeling good in the first round, although it is not over yet. Because guess what? I think it's time to see some more of our next game here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even just going from the first round of Dress to Impress, you see how their rankings change so drastically after the second round. So it's good to be confident, but definitely stay alert.
All right, folks, the judges have put in their verdicts. Let's hear more from the judges themselves.
Majdnem
See if we can
mondtam
get them
valamit,
here on
jó
the
volt.
stream and find out what stood out on today's runways. Judges, how y'all doing?
De miért kell ezt idén?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we are just getting underway here. All right, we saw some
Gwest
styles, hopefully some of
Judge,
them
Gwest
even fierce. Love to hear from y'all. What
Juli.
stood out on today's runway? What did you love seeing?
A random way.
Maybe
Let's
we'll
start
see
the
here.
round.
Work our way down the judges.
Okay.
The design.
For the second round, I loved the person that won for the Ice Fairy round. I think it was all very well put together. The accessories were great. The ice cream was great. Obviously, ice cream, Ice Fairy matched perfectly. I was really looking at themes. I took poses into account, not as much as Dante obviously talked about doing, but
Megvágott, jó.
I don't know. I was surprised at how good some of these outfits were.
Yeah, here we go again, seeing the recap of the Ice Fairies round for all of our contestants here. Some of those exciting
Replay, hát
outfits, as you mentioned. I
megvágott,
think the
igen.
one you're talking about might have been the last one
Most
here.
már 150%, hogy csak egy megvágott videót kiraknak streambe. Kivágott. Mit mondtam? Videó. Nem koncentrálok, hogy mit mondanak, meg amúgy csálom, mit mondok. Tehát nem
How
tudom.
well do you think they did overall? Did they impress you in how on brand they were with these?
I have to say, I think the second round was much better than the first. I feel like they struggled a little bit in the first round, but I think the first round was kind of like a warm-up. So the second round was amazing, and I was very impressed with all the different looks. They looked so good.
De
All
stresszt
right,
tudni.
Dante, how about you? How you feeling today? What impressed you? What stood out?
What stood out to me was some people were going too blue. It wasn't giving ice. It wasn't giving cold.
It was giving mermaid.
Yeah, mermaid, more
Water,
ocean-like.
mermaid.
Yeah, docked off some stars for that. But the white, the snow, the crowns, the antlers.
Yeah.
Antlers were good.
Giving very much Ice Princess.
We love that too. All right, folks, we're going to move on to our next segment as the players are antsy and getting ready to jump into Super League Soccer. But a huge thank you to all of the judges. That was a lot of fun. Joe, Iron Mouse, and Dante, thank you again for joining us as guest judges on the Hunt Mega Final.
Loved your outfits, by the way.
Yeah, y'all looking like you slay yourself.
Fresh.
So,
Super
good,
fresh.
good stuff, good stuff. All right, coming out of that first game, what do you think so far, Mimi?
I was honestly impressed. I think the players did super well at ETI, but we've got something more coming up. Super League Soccer, it's a team game. It's going to be super different than what we saw in Dress to Impress.
All right, folks, the players are ready, and while the Death Eagle may be on top for now, it is still anyone's
Basszus, hogy csak
competition.
5. játékot volt, hát ez még vagy 20-30-ra leszükött.
Game
Dehogy
2,
is.
Super League Soccer. There are 3 matches total, and contestants will play 5 versus 5 in randomized teams. The team with the most goals wins the match. The contestant with the highest cumulative score will advance to the round of 4. Here's the scoring for each match.
7 pont, lose 0, de hogy jön a 7?
All right. Folks, I think our players are back there and ready to go. And
Bro,
how you feel
az
about this
nem
one?
így
Very
rajzolni.
excited. Sports is probably something I'm a little more into. Watching, not playing, but yeah.
Have you played many of the sports games on Roblox?
I played pretty much all of them. Like I said, just video games. In person, not so great. So I think I'd be a good judge of how good they are here.
Well, here we go. Our
Már
second
kezdődik.
game of the day. It's Super League Soccer. The players randomly assigned to teams 5v5. That'll get scrambled between every round, and we're off to the races. The Death Eagle first in possession of the ball.
Yeah, and a strong initial breakaway already from our leader, but there he goes down. We've got a steal from the away team, as you see. We're going to have
Ezek
home
beszélnek,
first
de nem
away.
lehet, ja, mert egymással beszélnek, gondolom
Away in
Discordon.
the green.
That they are. This game, the one where you're having to actually work with the team, trying to pass, find the right path to get that ball in, is very important.
Home,
Only
away.
4.5 minutes for each of these rounds.
And I will say, for soccer-type games in Roblox, key is to stealing the ball from your opponents. Very
That it
easy to
is.
steal. So, as I say that, there's a goal.
That's Icy with the first goal for the green team here. Very nicely done by him. Gets the pass in from Roby.
Good by Hunt,
Just sends
it's
that ball straight down the left side of the net.
Hunt, Somika.
All
Nice
right.
celebration.
Strong opener from the away team here.
Boy,
You can see at the
lep.
bottom of the first player screen, there is a boost bar for your stamina here. Something important to manage.
Mert
Do not
minden
want to use it all
seg.
getting the ball and then get caught out. You're going to lose it real fast. Wow, Icy
There's
with
the
a huge
steal, like I
breakaway.
said.
No one's
Beautiful.
on the offensive side of the court. No one can pick this up. Goalie should be able to drag
Oh, and
that
it's out of
ball.
range. The goalie can't get it.
He
This could
can't
be a
get it.
crazy turnout. Oh, if this
Okay.
works out, the
Kapush
green.
goalie.
Oh, it's a miss.
The shot's just wide, but the assist
Oh.
from Roby. Roby set up the first
Sí.
goal, but he knocks it in this time.
Az.
2-0 lead to the away.
That was actually an incredible use of the
Sí,
mechanics
sí,
of Super League
sí.
Soccer. I'm not sure that pass could have been more accurate.
5
down the field. That
perces
did not
egy
allow the
meccs,
goalie to
hát
get it
mondjuk
and
ez
they
egy
get the recovery.
picivel itt izgalmasabb azért, mint a Dress to Impress.
This time the home team has to defend on their side of the pitch. A setup on the shot, but the goalie's got it, and he'll send it back away.
Csak az a baj, hogy még a Creek streamet is ebből vissza kell nézni. De nem baj, jó lesz. Jó lesz. Csak a Creeket az nyilván visszanézem, tehát persze, hogy visszanézem. Kiment a bizével. Hallatszódik a háttérről, hogy beszélnek.
Somewhat even here, and both teams have just been kind of clumping the ball. Not a lot of setups for passes thus far.
A zöldeknek szurkolok, a zöld.
Good slide though. Getting pretty pumped back there. We're seeing a lot of yelling for the strategy.
They're into it. They're definitely into it. Loving the energy.
Absolutely. It is exciting. Soccer brings the competition a little more fierce in a different way than we just saw.
Chance for a goal here. Death Eagle. Oh, save. That's very nice from Antarell.
The goalie, always an important player here. A big cheer from the players. He knows that was a big, important one to catch.
Oh, maybe another chance? No. Pass back up. Icy is set up for it. No one here to defend but the goalie. It's a one-on-one for this shot. Can he get it through? Misses.
Wide.
The twitch.
The twitch, I know. Playing like a first-person shooter here.
I like the fake-out attempt, though. Looked like he was going into the right side of the goal. Went left instead. Doesn't work out, but they still have a good offense going here, Enu.
Definitely. Looks like the away team is definitely in the advantage here. Let's see. There's still 2 minutes left, though. They can still turn it around. A goal can happen in 10 seconds.
Shafe sends it up to Anonymous Lon. Middle of the pitch trying to find a person to pass to, but no one's open in time. Ice is on the offensive.
Oh, here we go.
Still has the ball. Another chance for a goal. Passes.
Nice pass.
Oh, he's on it. Trying to find the goal and knocks it away. Repossession from the green team, but it's just going back and forth. And the goalkeeper sends it back down the middle.
The home team got
Goalkeeper, tényleg az a kapus a
really relying on that here. Oh, that was beautiful.
Shot from the Death Eagle.
Absolutely, the one-on-one with the goalie. Not a chance there. Death Eagle has shown he has come to play today. He is an incredibly strong competitor.
As these few minutes have continued, we've seen the players, I think, doing a better job of setting each other up for passes. That was Shafe on the setup there for Death Eagle to get the goal.
Absolutely. We're seeing more of a spread formation here, playing a proper offense and defense, and that's going to pay off for sure, as this is still anyone's game here.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat from the live stream, and the chat is rooting for
Vincének tessék elküldeni, tuti csúsziszak.
That's good to hear here.
Kedvenc a Vincének is.
Another pass up the middle. They've got to come back quickly. Minute and a half on that clock. And Jake's had to do a lot of work as the goalkeeper here. Okay, Dragon gets possession again, and the passing seems better from the green team thus far. A chance for Roby. Too high. And he gets spun out of control as the ball passes back.
Almost gets the backboard shot for himself there. That would have been one heck of a pass.
De ebből 4-et fognak játszani, akkor még mindenkinek van esélye.
And at this point, I mean, you're oftentimes just thinking about trying to keep possession of the ball, run down the timer. Every second continues to move in the favor of the team at advantage.
Yeah, this is an intense game, and as we've mentioned, these are some of 10 of the best players in all of Roblox. Each one of them deserves to be here in their own right.
But for these players, this is another game where a lot of them said they weren't experienced. They had to learn it for this match. Another chance at a goal.
Azon gondolkozok,
doing so well to defend,
hogy mi van, hogyha rage quitelnek.
Just a little overshot, and that isn't important to note here.
Mérgesek lesznek, kirakják, vagy mi?
Oh, and the steal over the shoulder.
Oh, they got it back.
No, he gets it back.
Just in the nick of time, he's tied this game up.
Oh man.
Hogy? De miért ütett Angelomban végig?
Oh gosh.
Nem, Mad Max.
There was. We'll see what
Yeah,
the
Mix
tiebreaker out of
Max.
this one. 30 seconds is enough still to score.
That's the question. Romy and Jay.
Megnézem a Discordot, le fog fagyódni.
Trying to make his way up the court. A pass out wide, a shot. An opportunity for Dada to end the game. Saved yet again from Shafe. Excellent from the goalkeeper.
Oh man, intensity is high behind us for the players. They are aware of what's at stake here. This is a lot of points for the
wide open
team.
lane.
Oh, and
Dud. What a steal from him. 4 seconds till we tick into overtime.
Oh boy.
And the time is up.
Oh no, so I believe we're not playing.
Time is up, és ki nyert? Vagy draw?
You're right, it is just going to be a tie here.
High scoring, which means equal points for both teams.
Great comeback by Bloxicola.
Yeah, seeing some of the reactions from all the players here.
Yeah, we are.
Tényleg, amúgy kéne csinálni egy Bloxicot, de hogy így a valóságban, nem így szép, kamumamu, hanem a valóságban.
You hear how passionate the players are. Everyone is getting active in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the folks at home can hear what is this tiebreaker extra. We'll see if they're playing the extra innings. Oh, and these are free kicks here.
De most csak a üzék játszanak, a sárgák, hol vannak a kékek?
All right, that was a change from what I understood here. So as we see in the left there,
Nem a 4-3, miről van szó.
Looks like the home team is up by 1 goal here, but more goals to go during the free kicks.
Let's see if we can take
De már megnyert a izé.
Nice goal.
Vagy még van.
And guess what? We're back to a tie here.
Yes, we are. 2 shots left for each of these teams. Lime, his opportunity. Antarell on the defense.
Az meg a...
It's it. Just over the shoulder.
Dan on Lime.
Nyakkötő, vagy mi az?
Another chance here.
Nyaklánc.
Left side. Blocks up the
Save.
It's a soap.
And no one is missing today. 5-4 for the home team. Last chance for away here.
Home team.
Save though. That's very good from Antarell.
Antarell.
The final kick. This is it. Antarell to bring it home.
To tie it or to lose the game.
Jó, hogy így most mindenkinek az lesz a neve, hogy Hunt. Ja.
Sudden death. First team to get ahead wins in this
Sudden
one.
death.
Antarell misses. And it's a goal landed for the home team. Now another chance.
Sudden death.
Icy, the game in his hands.
Save.
Shafe again.
Wow.
They're down the whole
Nee.
Thanks to an excellent goal keep, they bring things back and take the first round of Super League Soccer. What a sick way to kick off this game.
That was, and we all saw a lot of modes.
Na, ilyenkor van a rage quit időszak.
Extended overtime. As the skills of these folks truly is unmatched here.
Ilyenkor szokott lenni a rage quit.
Team, which is huge. Starting behind in an 0-2 in the first minute of that game, they pull it out in the extended overtime free kicks. So that was exciting. I think it's time to check out these scores and see where we stand after that match.
Yeah, I think we're looking good on the winning team after being our winningest player from DTI as well.
Yeah, that's true. And we see Jay as well in that team. So this is a strong start for the folks who are already in the lead here, winning that match 1. As reminding the folks at home that we are going to mix it up. These are fully randomized teams for 3 sets of soccer. Although at this point, I think everyone's pretty excited to play as they do seem equally skilled in this competition.
Honestly, that was a lot closer than I expected. It's clear that
Team
I think in comparison when they gave us the info that, hey, like,
Bocs, nem azt akartam.
they put in some work to go into it. And even throughout the game, really, I think built into it.
Yeah, very impressive teamwork, some amazing passes, some on-point shots, and like you said, Mimi, it really looked like it was over in the first couple of minutes for the away team, but the home team...
Várj, minden...
You guys got any MVPs from that first round?
Boy, you know, it started off strong, and I would say Dud setting a good pace for that one in the beginning was a big score of those goals. Yeah, we saw a strong start, but again, unfortunately, his team did fall a little short in the end.
There's no
player. Again, Death Eagle showing again that he truly is a strong competitor in this game, and I think we're going to see him excel in a broad array of games.
Most egy meccset lejátszanak, beszélnek 2 órát. Egy meccset lejátszanak, beszélnek 2 órát. Ez lesz. Szomorú. Sose lesz vége ennek a forsnak. Mármint a Super... Na, Dorsa nagyon kíváncsi vagyok, meg a Tower of Hell-re talán. Rivals. Na, az is jó.
Definitely takes a lot of pressure off you. You know, you're not just out there on your own. And just to go back on
pressure is jó lenne, igen.
Shape at the goal.
Yeah, I have to
really made some clutch saves.
I mean, his team has a lot of him. He had to protect that goal so many times in the first 2 minutes, and then he's one of the guys that hit the penalty kick at the end too to bring things home.
Yeah, you know, we talk a lot about the mental game in these competitions. It's a long day. With a lot of competition, you got to not let yourself down. I know there's a handful of folks back there who are going to be feeling the burn of a loss here and not as high of a fashion score as they'd like. But it's never over. Again, qualifying from some of the other games, it just doesn't matter. Put it behind you. You got to keep the attitude. Momentum can't destroy you. You got to let yourself.
Sonika. Live-ból nézem. Sonika. Nézni, nagyon-nagyon néz. Live-ból. Köszi, Sonika. Thank you, Sonika. Mindegyiken Huntos póló van egyébként, kivéve a Robloxosokon. Mindenki Roblox.
Dud and Roby, the ones to kick this off.
After that first game, I'm really excited now.
Yeah, we'll see who can shine here. Again, and if they can keep their form strong here, again, we're seeing a lot of deep passes.
Kicsit visszatekernék. 3 kör lesz. Én 4-et hallottam, nem tudom, hogy, de 3 van.
flicks too wide to the left, and Benedon misses that shot
Yeah, and that's not going to stick there. Icy playing goalie this round, switching.
Az lesz a lényeg, hogy letekerem, amikor nem beszélek, és feltekerem, amikor beszélek. Most letekerem.
You get that slide tackle every 3 seconds. Got to be precise when you're trying to steal the ball. Poke, a chance for him against
Lots of
Icy
stamina,
again.
full breakaway.
Right side, it's too high. Oh, he nearly had another chance as well.
Gratulálok.
Great work.
Good work by the goalie. You got to catch that. You got to get them, charge them down, get the ball. If they're within the goal zone here, you have the power. Make sure to capitalize on that and ensure you don't let them get again. But wow, the home team unrelenting on offense.
Nagyon jó, nagyon
Even had a shot on goalie while the home team has had full control the entire time.
Leterán vagyok ebben attól, hogy nem írok. Mindig ott vagyok. Hát thank you, just thank you.
Not letting anything get in.
Another pass in. They just keep going. Poke, third chance of the game. This one
sticks. I mean, that
Húsz
is
kapott. Ilyen nagy szeme van. Erre sem mondok semmit, mint általában semmire.
We've already seen 5, maybe more shots on goal here. One was bound to go in.
But every kickoff, another chance. Roby in possession, and for the first time, a bit of offense going.
Sebastian. Home övé, egyébként nem értem. Mi az, hogy home övé? Vagy hogyha a sárga csapat, akkor sárga csapatnak a sárga csapat a home, a zöld csapatnak a zöld csapat a home. Az jól meg van csinálingolva.
No offsides in this one. Roby, time to shine. Pull it back for the team. Yes, and look at that cross.
Sőt nem, zöldeknek is az övé.
Make them use the dive and then switch real hard, real fast back to this side of the goal.
I saw somebody on chat earlier asking Roby to lock in, and it looks like he read the chat and sure did.
Yeah, Roby is again a master gamer and a developer on
Itt
his
is
own.
vagyok, de Hansomika.
Roblox world creation as well as playing. Wonderful stuff.
Roby, one of those players who said he had never played SLS before qualifying to this event. Clearly learns quickly. You got to in this competition. Roby again in possession. Chance for back-to-back goals from this man. Can he make it happen? Defenders on him. A pass back wide towards mid, but possession changes over to line. Steal again. Roby might have it back here. Death Eagle knows.
3-4-et nem értem, csak nézem, mert tök jó. Let's go.
Yeah, Poke Dragon doing a good job here, actually shining in this game too here.
Pet drog.
Wow. Through 4 or 5 defenders, the Death Eagle threads the needle.
5 kilometers, de jó lenne.
You know, you'd think maybe a bit more of an expert on soccer. No, he's asked his favorite team. Said a Lithuanian basketball team. Still showing up in soccer regardless.
Yeah, good to see some life out of the away team here, who now pulls ahead 2-1, which just shows you it's not about the shots on goal, it's about shooting.
Pusolnak.
Here we go again, Roby.
Oh man, Roby showing he came to play in soccer. Oh, gets the short dive from the goalie.
That's brutal. He dove just past the ball. Nearly made that save. Bit of a heartbreaker for Shafe.
That's a second goal. Can he get
a fociba szabályos? Nem hiszem.
I know, their team now up 3-1, just like that. What was looking as a rough scenario for the away team to start this is suddenly on fire. Home team's got to channel up what they were doing at the start of this and see if they can get that offense flowing.
Azért fogy le, mert ilyenkor megnézem a chatet.
Is this another opportunity? No. Goalkeeper's just going to take it and push it back down the middle of the pitch.
All right, we'll see here. Things get a little quieter here as the teams kind of cluster.
Egyébként mostanában ezt kicsikét lehalkítom. Mostanában így streamekbe és videókba is próbálok fejlődgetni, szóval mostantól ilyen fejlődt idegségek is lehetnek láthatóak.
With this soccer ball, he comes fast and furious.
Man, Shafe is on point today. That's another save.
Yeah, the goalies are doing a good job in this game. Offense is pretty unrelenting in Super League soccer, so you got to be on it. Here we go.
Icy, this is your chance, and unfortunately, just
jó
better in that position. A great fade out from him, and that should tie this game back up.
Rárugja, dedu.
When you've got a one-on-one with that much time, it should be really offensive ball here. You need a defensive player to be there with you.
And that's the issue. We've seen a lot of these teams clumping heavy for the offense, and that can work well, but sometimes you take risks with that. You have no defenders, and your goalie gets kind of left out to dry.
Yeah. All right, closing into a minute left here. The score is 2-3, and again, anyone's game. I'm shocked. No blowouts happening here in soccer. We are seeing fierce competition. And can the away team pull it back? No, they lose it.
Oh, they have it back though. Line has a good pass, goes a little wide, Duddy Dud. Off this left side, it's a tough angle to get a shot through, and the pass is not in time.
Beautiful. You need that from your defenders there. A strong offense, force the pass.
Ez ilyen beautiful. Nagyon beautiful, tényleg.
Can he get dove on in time?
Oh, nice pass to himself. Oh.
You see that attempt of the self-assist backboard into a sliding kick? He almost had that pulled off.
Very smart move.
Yeah.
Jay just missed that slide.
Dud might go for a second goal in a row.
Here's his 1v1 against the
Tying
goalie,
it up.
left side.
Hey,
nice. Duddy Dud lands it again. He's on fire this game.
Milyen gyorsan megyek, Duddy Dud.
The defense. We are closing in to a potential tie on another 30 seconds remaining in this round.
I mean, you can see the two forwards on the team, each with 2 goals. A great choice in their position.
All right. What are you focusing now? You think you want to play defensive or go all out here in the last 30 seconds knowing you've got a tie game?
You got to go on the offense.
Yeah.
Duddy Dud knows it.
These are the best players in the world.
Yeah, it's true. Go for that win. Don't risk it in the free shots. You don't want to have free kicks.
Lime wants his chance here. Poke Dragon keeping possession for home.
Do you wanna have free kicks? Azt mondta, do you wanna have free kicks?
Striker for Bloxy Cola.
Oh, narrowly misses out. And with only a few seconds left, it goes back down the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, that was a hard, low probability goal there, but the ball's moving down.
And it's overtime.
And it's over. Again, another tie into the free kicks. Let's see what we got here.
Poke Dragon baiting
Oh, that was
great
a
movement,
strong bait. Pulls the goalie completely out with a whiffed dive and gets an easy tap in. Death Eagle here. Let's see if he can continue his streak.
Olyan, ez a 3-3-as végződéstől. Ez minden körbe így van.
Makes it look easy.
Good
Yeah,
on
he
these
does.
goals. Chafe, the goalkeeper, hero of the first match. He's good again. 2 goals in a row for home.
Yeah, you can see they've really developed a better strategy here, going again in overtime. They've all had some practice.
Man.
Oh, they definitely learned from game 1. No one is missing.
Ooh,
That's
Icicle
safe, though.
misses one there. That's a
Yeah.
little rough. The goalie finally coming out here, not as warmed up as the rest of the players.
Oh, he had a chance for redemption, but Duddy Dud sneaks it by. 3 goals landed in a
Basszus! Jaj.
It'll be time for them to really shut this down. If this goalie pulls off this defense, oh, and he does! This is now a dangerous scenario. Do or die.
Shea far and away looking like the strongest goalie today.
Definitely.
All right, if he puts this in, it's game over.
Icy, tough position, can't save it.
Wow.
4
Just
goals
like
landed,
that.
and that's
And it is
game.
over.
És megint még egy meccs van, hát akkor nem nyerhettek az
Death
öldöt, pedig
Eagle,
azoknak
I don't know if I saw the name
szurkoltam.
sheet, but we're going to see it shortly after the judges tally up some scores. We will go back to the board and show you guys where the standings are. But here are our players here. Fantastic performance from everyone. Some spirits higher than others.
Shave only got 16 points in DTI, but thus far he's won both matches here in Super League Soccer, and
Yeah.
he's starting to compete with some of those top players now. Those show there's always time to come
Van
back.
ki leírni, mi ez a DTI?
Again, we've got many
Fogalmam
games
sincs.
on our way on what is a crazy Roblox octathlon today. But let's see those scores on match 2.
All right, so a couple players.
Ja, és nem kapott.
Shave as
Bennem.
well. As Poke Dragon are all looking good there, but Lime and Shave, the
Vagy
two
aki
members who win
rúgott
both
gólt,
matches
az
back-to-back in
kap.
Super League Soccer.
Ja, én azt hittem, aki
A
nyert.
lot of the current leaders on the loss for that round. So that means the points are swinging back to the folks who need it most. An impressive display here on round 2.
Yeah,
All
those guys
right.
trying to go 3-0 into this third round if they even can end up on the same team. Again, it's randomized every time of how these teams lay out. So we'll wait for the players to shuffle back in and have one last round here in Super League Soccer. I'm liking the development we're seeing throughout. I think they did a much better
Ilyen
job
hülye
this
vagyok.
time of setting up for some of those passes, especially the home team.
Absolutely, yeah, the whole team. I mean,
És itt a kamerájuk fel van szerelve.
3 goals that game, along with Shape's amazing saves, definitely deserve that win.
Yeah, you're going to be happy to have either of those guys on your team going into the last round. Still some players who have yet to take home a game here in Super League Soccer. Icy, Poke Dragon, those guys definitely have the pressure on them as we head into this final round.
Yeah, they'll need it because they had such a strong showing in that first round here. To fall in Super League Soccer is a little rough. But hey, it's a whole day of competition ahead
It
and
is.
not the last chance here. Well, folks, this was an exciting one. Super League Soccer has been a wonderful game here. Some fun facts about Super League Soccer. It is one of the
Huge
top
day of
sports games on
kompetencia
Roblox.
mérés.
Actually,
Egyébként igen, mert az iskolában volt,
Central
tehát
America and the Caribbean actually
közpes.
released a mascot through Super League Soccer specifically. That was their major announcement. So it's exciting to see these actually large governing bodies using Super League Soccer as a way to talk to their fans and do some major releases. So it is a legitimate and recognized game in the world of soccer.
And up there with some of the iconic Roblox games we're playing today, the super classic ones like the way we're ending, of course, with Tower of Hell. This is a relatively new game, but it's definitely taken off very quickly. Similar vibe to Dress to Impress.
Correct.
let's take a look back and see some of the highlights from that second game. Was a very exciting one here, NU.
Yeah, taking a look here. I can't tell whose costume that is, but there's
That's
Roby. Yeah, Roby coming in strong at the beginning with 2 goals, right? So unfortunately, he has not won a game.
Yeah, that is painful to see. Such strong individual play here, but could not actually eke out the win. Look at another breakthrough, and that goal was beautiful.
That was beautiful. I love that one.
Yeah.
You got to feel bad for Shafe there. He dove just past the ball, almost had that one.
To get past Shafe, I mean, it's not an easy task. So Roby's 2 goals are very impressive.
Yeah, Duddy as well. I mean, I feel like we can't say enough good things about him in this one. He's looked so good on that offense.
Yeah, definitely needs to continue playing the striker for the next game.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff here. Maybe we can learn a little bit more about our players here. We're taking a brief pause here to get our
next
game
left for next round.
Next
round.
Some from around the world, some from Canada, and a handful of them all from here in America.
Yeah, I believe we have a
Mondom, mi lesz a következő game. Mondom, mi lesz a következő game. Itt összeírtam egyébként. Még Omegalt. Omegalt. Gratulálok. Annyira gratulálok még senkinek. Omegalt. Roblox eventbe. Jöjjek az Roblox eventbe. A Vózba. És megy én nem szeretnék. És bejöttem.
Jaj, ne! Jaj, ne! Jaj, ne! Ne! Jaj, ne! Én félek.
Képzeld, hogy
nem tudom feldolgozni.
És?
Na, tehát...
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the qualification? Because it was very different than how we're actually playing the games here today. A lot more about solving puzzles and having to do some really challenging stuff to make it through.
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing through 25 events, these contestants, as well as 100+ million,
nem fogjátok elhinni, milyen fasztal.
Nem fogjátok elhinni, befogod a pofádat, jó?
Ne mondod el. All of these games over a week.
And
it was really a collective thing. We had some really master puzzle solvers build these internally, including a handful of PhDs within the company who specialize in puzzle algorithms. And what's wild about that, some of our top players here actually complete those puzzles over twice as fast as the PhD masters internally at Roblox help construct them. It's pure test of each other.
Rosszra szavaztam.
When it comes to completing complex puzzles.
I think it's so cool as well. Some of the different backgrounds. A guy like Icicle here, he's native to the area, grew up in the Bay, but he went to college for robotics.
Úgy leveszem a hangjukat. Itt már csak levettem a hangjukat.
Trying to solve challenges like that, as I imagine, looking at robotics would be a similar thing there as well. So pretty cool that he got to cash in on that skill set, but now gets to show a pretty different one with actually playing a competitive game and coming out here. All these guys.
15,000 néző. 15,000
for most of them, this is going to be one of their first times playing an in-person competitive event like this, and certainly will be the biggest one.
Fognak tiltani.
I like that you guys just gave out some facts about where the players are from, because now the chat is going to supporting their home countries with Lithuania, the US, and Canada, along with Team Blockchain or the Witcher's Brew.
Mennyi ez a lassú mod? 40? Hogy 1 perc.
Two Canadians as well. Poke Dragon hailing
Jó van, nem mondok semmit a lassított módra.
I'm rooting for Canada.
Yeah?
Canada. That's where you're living right now, Enu. Yeah. The folks don't know.
Na, végre beszélnek.
Now we know.
No one could ever guess. I imagine. Are you rooting for Lime then? Another guy from Ontario?
I'm rooting for Roby. I think he deserves some points in this competition. He's been doing really well, scoring the goals. So I hope to see him win the next game.
Yeah, a lot of our players, when they talked about their expertise, I would say the most common games they told us was Tower of Hell. Tons of our players started in the intro, and Rivals as well. Our penultimate game, the first person shooter.
Nem akartam visszanni.
So for a lot of these guys, it's a matter of
being
great and being confident in the later stages of the tournament, but you still need to make it there. There's 10 players in this competition. 6 are going to get eliminated in this qualifying round, and even then, you have to play a driving game.
Chat vagy mi az?
Some of the ones you're going to be the most comfortable with, and even when you are there, it's going to be the highest pressure you've ever felt playing those games.
Yeah, as a reminder from the folks at home, we are a couple minutes, or hopefully seconds away from our final game of Super League Soccer, and this will be the first time we progress a player So the first rounds of this are going to be a progression-based, as you heard from us earlier. But just a reminder for the folks just tuning in here, we're going to be closing out one more match of Super League Soccer. We will progress our first player will be in the top 4.
Our players that we're looking at to be the most likely to make it here are going to be Death Eagle, 66 points, Jay, 63, and Dudidud at 60 points as well. Those are the front runners right now. Remember, a win in Super League Soccer gives you 20 points. There's no bonus points for being the best goalkeeper, being the best person who's going offensive and actually hitting those shots into the goal. So it comes down to how well your team can do. And let's say all those guys ended up on the same team. It would be the Death Eagle, thanks to his great performance in DTI, who is the first qualified member.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Only for this round.
Only for this one, and then no more teams.
Free for all.
Then the friendships, but yeah, the top 9 are within 20 points of each other. So again, it is anyone's game. You definitely want to get that win here and secure your spot early on in this competition.
For some context, one of our players is having an issue with their headphones. We have our admins looking into it right now and working through that issue. We'll give you more updates as soon as they're available. We do want to make sure that everyone has properly working equipment and the field is perfectly fair before we start another round with stakes like this.
So for anyone at home wondering why we're yapping, that's why.
Yep.
Very concise, thank you. All right, well, it seems like we are still going to be waiting just a bit to get into that one. So why don't we go ahead and check in with our correspondents, Geach and Sabrina. How you guys doing? What do you think of Super League Soccer thus far?
Oh my gosh, we screamed whenever Roby hit the ball right over Shape. We were actually back here screaming. That was really intense. That match was amazing. I actually haven't watched a gameplay of Super League Soccer, so I thought that was really entertaining.
Yeah, and I'm not a big sports girly myself, but that move, my heart is still pounding from some of these moments. I've been in here taking notes, it's that real. Really impressed by Death Eagle watching all of this gameplay. I mean, I don't have the coordination. You'll hear me say that a lot today. I don't have the coordination for something like that, but I feel like I've been literally watching the World Cup or something just on the screen via Roblox. It's so cool. It's amazing. It's been so fun to watch back here. I know everybody.
I have a fun fact for you.
Oh, yeah?
About the World Cup, by the way. Super League Soccer hosted an in-game integration with FIFA for the launch of the Club World Cup trophy, which is
rightfully so, because look, I mean, you would think that I was out here in South America screaming from the streets the way I've been hollering back here. I'm surprised.
She's not kidding. I'm just
yeah, I hope I don't scare you.
No, you didn't.
Break me back.
It's been very entertaining.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. Who do you think
Blade Ball. Slab Battles. Slab Battles, nagyon kíváncsi vagyok. Driving Empire-ben nem tudom, mit fognak csinálni, de Slab Battles az... arra nagyon izgatott vagy.
And Death Eagles, obviously, the last one was the really
the icy
sárga pisit eltüntetjük.
The two-wing thing was very impressive.
That was a good technique. It's always good in Dress to Impress to try and layer your stuff to make it look more, exciting and more fancy, more cutesy, more pure. I'm not good at that at all. That's not my thing. I'm not a fashion girly, as you can see.
Shall we take a look at what the chat is saying?
Yeah, let's see. What's the chat saying
today?
All right,
chat. Who do you think is going to win this next match? Let's see what they all say.
When we came in, I saw a lot of people rooting for Death Eagle, which I can understand why after seeing
I've been seeing a lot of
gameplay
Shape as well.
Yeah,
a lot of fans of Shape, Death Eagle. Chicken Jockey, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Blocks Fruits. Yes, Blocks Fruits is a great game.
Okay. Lithuania, we've got some Lithuania. Okay.
It looks like the chat is enjoying this, though. Go ahead and hit the like if you are watching.
All right, so Green Team. If your avatar in Roblox had a soccer celebration, what's that gonna look like?
Oh my gosh. It's probably gonna be sort of like a big galaxy explosion.
I can understand. All right, so we're going to go ahead and kick it back over to our casters so we can get this last match started for Super League Soccer.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we are back here. We've got hopefully
de Robloxos lennék, ennyit lehetne hallani, hogy ilyen hülyeségeket beszélek folyamatosan.
For you to enjoy the soothing sounds of our voices with our faces. It's a wonderful thing.
We just take a look at, stare at J Party's beautiful face.
Yeah, that's the real stall content. For some context, viewers at home, they're still sorting out some of these tech issues, making sure the monitors and the headsets for one of our contestants is working perfectly. I pulled up some trivia for you guys. You guys are Roblox experts, right? Would you consider yourself such?
Yeah, absolutely. A historian.
Would you consider him an expert?
Yeah, and you is, regardless of his opinion on it. He's a master of
Don't put me on the spot.
All right, I'm going to ask some questions. Just slap the desk to buzz in. This one should be easy. What year was Roblox officially released to the public?
Here you go.
I'm going to say 2006.
Ding, ding, ding. Good job, NU. That's the first point to you. Another year question. What year did Roblox introduce the ability to create and sell game passes?
Okay, I know this one. It's about the birth of the expansion of our developer program. I believe it's 2012.
You're correct. Another one. This one about number of players. In chat, you guys should play along too. Write in chat who you think this is. See how well you know Roblox. Which game on the Roblox platform holds the record for the most visits as of 2024?
It's probably the wrong answer, but I'm gonna say Blox Fruits.
Incorrect.
That is incorrect. I'm curious. I'm going to give the folks on the chat
Natural Disaster Survival, nem tudom, volt akkor.
Amongst the roleplay community, if I know correctly, as I do love numbers, and that is
Brookhaven.
That chat?
Yeah, what they get? They get it right. The answer, I believe, is Brookhaven.
The chat is still rooting for the players.
RP. Well,
They're still rooting for players.
Good for them.
Yeah,
that's what they should be doing. I love to see that passion coming out. All right, another historic question. What was the original name of Roblox before it was officially launched?
Oh, this is a fun one. Do the folks? This is a good one for chat. I wonder if they do know this one.
Yeah.
I might even be wearing those socks. Oh, no, wait, I'm not. It's different ones. I believe it was called Dynablocks.
You're correct.
Dynablocks was the original, and it was a physics simulator at the very start here. It was a pretty impressive little creation here to kind of demonstrate science and physics to kids and everyone around the world to kind of learn. And it turns out if you allow logic into a block, you can pretty much make any game the world has seen. Yes. And that's kind of the origin, I think, of all video games. And we saw it here in Roblox.
Csak azért van ott, hogy bólogasson szerintem.
To the Roblox we have today, full-fledged game engine. So, you know, for the folks at home, we're waiting. Go ahead, open studio, start publishing your own experiences, and find out what things around the world.
What experience do you guys have with actually building games? Have you spent any time in the creation studio and tried that out much?
Yes, actually, I have. I went through a tutorial with some of the developers here at Roblox. They went through a simple one for me, but they threw out some terms that was very complicated. I did not retain any of that information. So whoever can make games in Roblox are very smart.
It's so impressive what people actually put together and how much work it takes. I know you get to work with the devs on a day-to-day basis. Must be special to see what creative things people put together in this Roblox game.
I do, and it is fascinating to know our developers from around the world. They are incredible folks who do awesome and wonderful things, but they're also good people. I think that's such a fun part of Roblox. A lot of our creators are building things they want to play, they want to create. It's both a hobby and a profession for them, so we see incredible stuff.
Yeah, and for this tournament as well, we had to ask a lot of developers to change things up about their games and make modifications for this tournament, and it seems like everyone was pretty willing to do that as well.
All right, folks, so here's the deal. We are trying to ensure this is a fair competition as much as possible, and I believe we're ready to get back in it. But to solve some of this out, we're going to be removing the headsets for this next round of Super League Soccer here to ensure it is an even playing field for all 10 of our players. And guess what? I think they're on the pitch.
It's going to be new teams, a new look, and a last chance to make it. 2 players competing for that top spot. Duddy Dud and Death Eagle. One of them will be able to be the first making it through. That or 3J, who's going to be on the same team here. Mad Max in possession, sends it up. Good pass, but a little too wide. No one super well in position to receive. Another pass going back. Chance for a goal, and it's not in. Shape again on the defense, NU.
Once again.
Yeah, almost bobbles the ball from the goalie there. Thankfully, he recovers that, and it is out of there. Another chance for another play.
I'm looking for Roby.
Yeah.
Which team is he on?
A crowd favorite, again, without a win under his belt and maybe the most goals on the field. Hopefully, Roby gets his big break soon.
He's going to be back on the green team there, joined by Duddy Dud. Jay as well, rocking with the home team.
Indeed, indeed. Again, a little slower of a start here. No one really securing those quick goals in this third game here. I'm sure the defense is starting to shore up and understand the strategies from all the players.
Good defense from Lime. A new person stepping into the goalkeeper position.
That's true. This is the first time with Lime here, and I know they discussed briefly beforehand who would be the goalie as they need to rotate that with their new teams.
Wow.
The quick
looks like a lot of fouls there, but nothing being called. What is happening?
Where is the referee? Those slide tackles are not coming in from the correct angle.
It is vicious in this game. The only way to change possession other than a missed pass is to just go for those slide tackles. Not going to get the red card.
Oh, and definitely, and this is not in the sweet spot. I know they try to put it just out of the goal box here. Definitely a specific strategy tied to SLS, and that's what you got to understand here with the best players in the world. Understand the mechanics perfectly well, and we see that kind of sweet spot in the corner. When you don't have an out-of-bounds mechanic, it's definitely where you want to put it.
Jövök egy másodperc.
Second with Jay, one of our top performers thus far, passes it to his goalie, and he'll send things back into the middle yet again. This one a bit more reserved from our teams than the first, but maybe a chance here. No, Shafe, again, very good on the defense.
Yeah, closing in on that first minute. It has passed, and we are still 0-0. Lowest scoring by far, and really low shots on goal in general. Nothing too serious. It's been pretty casual. Defense playing it up.
Maybe that long pause really slowed down their adrenaline.
Absolutely. Gave the players time to breathe here. And I think, again, we're seeing a bigger plan. These folks are learning just as much as we are, again, how they play, how they perform, what the strategies are. But
this
here's
could be the first
breakaway, and that is it.
Oh, Death Eagle.
Our top player in the standings thus far, Death Eagle with 66 points. If he can win this game, he would bring home the first spot in the top 4 for himself, and he wants to do it with his own hands. I
know we've talked a lot about his skill in so many competitions. If anything, the players maybe need him to get out now. Give other people a chance here, as he has demonstrated he has a strong fortitude for a broad array of game types.
It is truly a luxury to qualify this early. But it seems like there is a bit of a technical problem with the match. For competitive integrity, the admins have made the decision to reset this game. So forget what you saw in that one. We're resetting to where we were. With 2 games finished on Super League Soccer, 1 yet to play, we want to ensure that with stakes is high, everything is perfectly competitively fair for our players. So they're making that call. We'll get you guys back into game with the proper third match as soon as possible when that technical issue is sorted.
All right, well, it wouldn't be a sporting event without something to solve in the physical world. So we're going to get that resolved here, folks. Thankfully, that was a much slower game here. Defense was really dominating that one. Not a lot of hard breakaways. So, you know, it is what it is, but still an exciting day of competition. So while the team figures that out, we're going to talk about a couple other things here. Maybe get to know some of our players, maybe some fun facts about the folks competing today. As you can see behind me a little bit on the screen here, they each have a color. That is the player's corresponding color. So as we go about the day, their outfits will be marked with that so you can understand who they are.
And it matches the monitor back there, so you can kind of reference the face to the player as well of who the real person is repping that Roblox avatar.
And they've got their outfits to match here, a very stylish way to identify folks and keep it cohesive. So very cool stuff.
Indeed it is. It looks like they also have pretty jackets as well with their names that are matching up for this event in you.
Yeah, can I get one of those after this is done? Or just steal it off their backs? I like those jackets.
Well, don't let him in the player room. He's going to start pickpocketing people for jackets.
If somebody wins the $1 million, they could afford to give me their jacket.
I want to see if we could take another look at those points maybe, because we're starting to get to the point, like we were talking about, where the first player is going to qualify their way into things. And every time you win at Super League Soccer, you get 20 points. You see it thus far for Shafe and Duddy Dud. But the overall standings right now have the Death Eagle and Jay and Duddy Dud as the top 3 players. So basically, if any one of those players is to win this next round and they don't have someone with more points than them on the team, that's basically their ticket into the top 4. So definitely important things to look at and important players to keep watch on as we get into this final round of Super League Soccer.
Exciting times, but don't worry, after that, we're going to be playing some blade ball. We're going to be playing some slap battles and, of course, doors to round out this progression system in the first set.
I want to ask you guys, we got a lot of games today. What are you most excited to watch?
My favorite on the list is definitely blade ball, and that's coming up next, so I can't wait to see that.
Why do you like it so much?
I like that it's fast-paced, action-packed, and not a lot of teamwork because I'm not into that. I like individual competition, so I like to see that bring out their fierce competitor in these players. So I think that would be very exciting. A lot more shouting in the back, probably.
Yeah, blade ball is an exciting game of reaction speed. You know, I'm pretty excited for Rivals myself. I know we've talked to a lot of these players. Rivals is one of their favorites, but I think as just an internal employee, we play a lot of Rivals. It's actually how promotions are decided within Roblox. Fun fact here. So always ensure you're on a team where you're better than your boss at Rivals.
How do I apply?
I know.
That sounds like a great job.
You'd love it. So that's going to be a real exciting thing to hear.
I think I have to agree on Rivals. When I was prepping for this event, I played all the games, and I gave myself like a good few hours to practice them all, and I think I spent half the time just playing Rivals because I got a win streak going, and I was like, I can't stop now. It's really addictive. I love how the the movement has so much skill expression in it. You can really go back and forth with the slides. You can out-movement your opponent in a lot of ways. And with that main AR only having 20 bullets, precision, movement, it's all super important. So a super fulfilling game to play, and one that even for players that hadn't played it before, I think a lot of them had the same feeling we did, that it was one of those games that just gets you hooked once you start playing.
Yeah, high adrenaline, high-paced play, and a fun competitive mode to boot. It's really got the perfect recipe.
Looks like it's 2-1, Rivals versus Blade Ball. I want to see what the chat says. Let us know what your favorite games are on here today.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of them. In the meantime, I think we might just toss it over to our correspondence team. I know they've had some time to think, some time to talk. What's going on over there?
Hello, J Party. We are just talking about our experience in this event ourselves, right, Geach?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not good at any of these games. So I already know my strengths, and I just, when the hunts start, I do my thing. I jump in. I just kind of like dibble and dabble here and there, nothing too serious. But Sabrina, you actually had a chance to, you got all the tokens, right?
I got all the mega tokens. I did. I think I did a total of 19 hours streaming live. It's not as long as some other people. However, I did have the help of the community, so I had a little bit of a people helping me through.
W community. Which would you say was the most challenging game?
Oh my gosh, definitely Pressure. I literally, there's a clip of me screaming. I'm like, no, like because I tried for 4 hours straight before I beat it. Yeah.
What?
So I got the mega token after like 4 hours. Yeah. They did nerf it though, so.
Did they nerf it before or after you got the mega token?
After.
Of course.
After.
Because that's how it goes. That's what happens. And so when you were working through that, did you have your community helping you with that as well, or were you just gunning for it?
They're in there just giving me moral support because I was literally just doing the same thing over and over and dying over and over.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
But I became a pro by the end. Like I felt like my last run was so good. I should upload it as a video.
You definitely should, because after 4 hours, Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta put it out there for the people to see. So how did you actually what was your intro to Roblox? How did you get into Roblox?
I started in 2017. I had a gaming channel already. People were, commenting, you should try Roblox, you should play Roblox. I actually played it with my little brothers at first. And then I was like, this is kind of cool. There's so many games. And just, within like that year, we became Roblox exclusive. DJ and I.
Nice.
My boyfriend, who also is part of the channel, Terabyte Games.
Shout out to DJ. Yeah, so similar to me as well. I actually started because of my children. Hi, children. Yeah, so it was one of those things, where they kind of introduced me to it. Is, of course, Mommy, you should play this game with us. And then I get on, and now that's like all I do is play Roblox.
That's awesome. That's such a good thing to bond over.
It is. It's really cool, and it's nice because it's, you can there's such a wide range of options when it comes to Roblox. Everybody who knows me can tell you I drive them nuts all the time. I'm just constantly preaching the gospel of Roblox.
What's your favorite genre of game on Roblox?
Horror.
That's your favorite?
Yes, I love horror. I like horror games.
So you like Doors?
So about that.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll talk more about that later.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, while we wait to get into that, we're gonna go ahead and get back to our caster so we can watch this last match of Super League Soccer. Thanks, guys.
All right. We are back again, folks, and hopefully we are getting through things here. We are just checking out what's going on in game and hopefully testing replacement equipment to ensure the playing field remains even.
Yeah, so it's going to be our third round of Super League Soccer. Reminder of the stakes, our first player that qualifies to the top 4 double elimination rounds will be decided here. The player with the highest points at the end of our our final round of Super League Soccer will be that player making it through. So exciting stuff here. Yeah. Let's talk about some of those guys who are going to be the focus here as well. And actually, we're ready to go. Let's get into the game. Enough yapping from us. Let's start this last match of Super League Soccer. It looks like the players just getting their ready checks right now and getting set on the teams. I can't wait on you.
Yeah, and just to go back a couple minutes ago, I asked the chats what their favorite game is, and it looks like the most popular answer is Doors. So all 3 of us are wrong.
Doors is fun.
Yeah, Doors is great. So stay tuned, everybody. Doors is coming up really soon.
Yeah, Doors will be the deciding match in this one. But for now, the deciding match of this first session is underway as, guess what? They're on the pitch. The players are ready. Let's get this kickoff here again. The final round of Super League Soccer. The first winner will be chosen here.
Nem mondod, hogy eddig nem sikerült elkezdeni.
And our two strikers, the two center fielders, Dud. And of course on the other side, the Death Eagle.
Death Eagle.
Trying to compete to make it into that top 4.
Yeah, Dud showing he's not a dud in this game at all here. Doing a great job. I believe scoring our inaugural goal of the entire set here. Let's see if he can do it again in this game.
Can I just make a prediction here? We got Dud. Oh!
I mean, he's not going to let you talk, and you Dud another goal. He started us strong here, and he wants to qualify.
Hey, my answer has not changed. Definitely the away. They got Dud and Roby on the same team. Two amazing strikers. I feel like they can pull this off.
Yeah, this is his chance. The Roby comeback here, he deserves it. He's been doing such a great job here. And look at this, the team gets the breakaway again. Can the away team do it?
Jay and the Death Eagle are two top players thus far on the same team here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, nearly another goal there. That would have tied the game, but not today. Death Eagle has it back in possession and will pass to his teammate off the side.
Ooh.
That pass was a little dangerous.
That was a dangerous. The old crossover on your own goal there.
Set up for another one, though. Pass back to Death Eagle. Oh, he can't get it. Goes a little bit wide. No.
Oh, but
just a good time. Here's his shot. His chance. Death Eagle.
Oh, whoa! It looked like it went in, but it didn't.
It was very close.
An attempt there, a little short. Not the Death Eagle's usual style of a cross goal. He kind of kept that one a little too short and easy, and they're able to recover it.
Wow, great teamwork there by the away team. A lot of amazing passes.
That's a scary spot. When you see the cluster just gathering on the net, it's hard to tell what's really going to happen there, and it's a good chance for the offense to get a score.
Looking at this match, on your home team, you have the Death Eagle with 66 points. On the other side, Dud has 60 points on the away team. If home or away wins, their respective top scoring player will be the first one qualifying. So especially for those two, this is where their performance counts.
Everyone must be really hungry for this win.
Yeah, we're hearing a lot of commotion from the players in the back. Passions are high here. Oh! Slip and fall results in a quick goal there.
That's 2 goals in a row for Dud.
The world's greatest striker.
The away team showing they came to play in this round here. Dud gets the 2 goals for his team so far. Off to a really strong start, but again, with 3 minutes remaining, we've seen major comebacks.
Dud is truly doing this for himself, trying to get himself in.
Yeah, again, his own breakaway. We'll see if we see that backboard shot. No, ooh, I like it. Baits in the defender a bit, but it's not enough. Jay gets the steal, and it's out.
Here's a chance at offense. This game has been all about our top scorers, but maybe a new member stepping up. Antarell needs to score some more points in this group stage, and with the help of Icy, here's his chance. Open goal. It's in.
No, it is not. But the chaos continues here. A dangerous spot. And they're going to get it out. I think that's the right move here. Just get some time to breathe. Death Eagle is a one-man army here on offense.
Oh.
Again, takes possession, passes to Icy. That duo back at it again. Can they land it? No.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an important goal to save there. You really want to keep your hopes alive here. 2 goals is nothing to catch up to. That third goal.
We proved it in our first game. It was an 0-2 comeback to make it to overtime there.
Yeah.
It's great save by Anonymous Lime.
Anonymous Lime.
Down on the goalie there, hopefully. Ooh.
Oh, another save.
Death Eagle cannot catch a break.
I know, he's trying his hardest here, but the offense has been rock solid.
Az a lényeg, hogy minél kevesebb gólt rúgjanak, hogy minél gyorsabban teljen az idő.
Really holding it down for the away team.
Yeah, and they need some of their best players there trying to play defense on the Death Eagle, who shows that he is unrelenting on offense.
Antarell's done well. A couple key steals for him, but he's yet to actually get a goal off of it. Another steal, but it's back into the possession of the home team, and again, they steal it out of the clutches of the Poke Dragon.
Oh, and here's the breakaway. Can he do it? His best shot at it yet. And it's easy peasy. Death Eagle keeping their hopes alive here. He is unrelenting on offense.
He wants to keep that first spot in the competition so bad.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is important. It would be nice for him to get out early, get a little rest, stretch the fingers out, take a sip of water, and watch the rest of your competitors compete. Really see who the competition is going to be in the finals.
And it's just serendipitous that, again, it's Death Eagle and Dud on the kickoff together. Those two trying to make that qualification happen here. Dud back on the offense. No one defending but that goalie. However,
not sure what that was.
Home team's going to be a little ahead of it, and they'll pass back to the goalie safely.
Yeah. Easy exit, and that play. Oh no, the goalie gets a missed kick.
Wow.
Oh no.
Bit of a fumble there. Lime had his chance, tried to send it back up the middle, but a great position played in from Icy.
That was an actual mistake there from the goalie. Played it too short, and on a missed pass, it just comes right back to his team.
Same two players up at the kickoff.
Yeah. And
okay,
again,
Dragon this
still
time.
down by 2 with a minute remaining. This is not over yet here. They're going to need to step
Hát,
up
de
that
szerintem a
offense.
zöldek fogják megnyerni, amit remélem.
Plays it well. Slight delay allows him to
Nem,
break away
akkor
with the ball.
szomorú leszek.
Da is still on the offense, even though they're up by 2.
Ráfogadtam a semmimmel, hogy meg fogják nyerni.
Down to 40 seconds, tried to pass it out, but stolen by 3J at the last second. They need goals and they need them quickly. 40 seconds to try and lock this up, but Antonelli they're just killing time.
Ugye kettőt nyertek azok a kis fosok, szóval.
Yeah, that was a big steal here. Very important stuff here.
Jó. Szóval már nincs esélyük a zöldeknek, de legalább van. Csak nem rúgnak kettőt. 15 másodperc alatt. Vagy hát 10 igazából. Annyi idő alatt nem rúgnak semmit.
This is his opportunity. If they can weigh down these last few seconds, they'll lock this game up. And that's time.
They're just standing still now.
Time's up.
The away team, they take things home. And that's our third place player heading into this round with 60 points. We'll claim 20 more. And that should be enough to put him ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. We're going to let our judges tally some of those points in the interim. We're going to talk
írt valamit valamiért valahogyan. Próhung.
Soccer, our only team event in the day here, working together to start because things are going to get fiercely competitive right after this.
They absolutely are. Really impressive stuff across the board from our players. I think my biggest takeaway players were honestly just the 2 stars.
Tehát megvolt ott 2 játék, szerintem én most elmegyek. Majd jövök, lehet, hogy még holnap reagation-ülök rá, de nem biztos. Én most elmegyek, majd jövök. Szerintem attól nézni fogom a Krieg streamet, vagy igazából Simon streamet, szóval nem nagyon kell reagálni. Az első 2 játék streambe, többit szerintem nem, szóval elmegyek, szóval részlet mutatvány. 1 perc, 45 másodperc.